Really? You can handcuff me, you asswipe, bitch. Give me my paper back. Yeah, see how you instigate?
Can you speak to me then if you don't spit? Oh, hey.
So, a response to a woman that was being unruly and apparently spat in the face of this cop or somewhat near him results in a punch to the face. That's police training, I guess. This woman was handcuffed, brought in, and obviously seemingly high on some sort of drug. And then they came in and apparently took something out of her pocket, which she continuously complained about. Let's watch here. She talked about what it is that had her so angry, then led to this confrontation.
I will not tolerate that language.
Well, I will tell you, I'm not tolerating that I can't walk down the street. Hey, give it back to me, you.
It has to go with your property.
Hey, I can have it.
Angelia.
Why can't I have a piece of paper?
They have policies here. You
then
can't.
Take my pants off too. Take my shirt off. Give me my piece of paper.
Angelia.
Why can't I have it?
Angelia.
Why can't I have the paper, you piece of shit?
Angelia.
You enjoy the Fifth Element.
Hey.
You wouldn't even know, you
Angelia.
fucking swine piece of shit.
If you continue to
So I'll
behave
tell you
this
what
way,
brings me in here today.
do
I was
not
walking
spit and do
down
not,
the
I
street
will not
and
tolerate
these
that.
come up. Give me my paper back. Yeah, see how you instigate?
Can you speak to me then if you don't spit? Oh, hey.
So yet again, this is the part that happened. You saw them calling her Angela multiple times. Her name is Angelia Hall. This is what got her in there in the first place, then led to this a higher level of aggression. LPD officers responded around 8:30 p.m. on May 20th of this report of woman wandering in and out of traffic and speaking incoherently. So yeah, quite a dangerous situation. When the officers showed up, they placed her, who she's 59 years old, into protective custody and took her to the local hospital. That's where they then showed up here. She was charged with third-degree assault for her actions toward Officer Maranto. And the Larimer County Sheriff's Office investigated that incident, but the district attorney's office has not yet filed criminal charges against that officer, is what they then pointed out. And by the way, the police chief out there, his name is Tim Doran. He also explained maybe the police officer didn't do it. He was fired, but maybe didn't do totally horrible, messed up things. There are some things that he actually did right, but we still fired his ass. Watch.
First and foremost, I want to apologize to the community for the actions of our former officer not upholding the standard of our policing profession. I am sharing this video in the spirit of transparency and on the promise to hold both my team and the citizens who break the law accountable for their actions. I would encourage all of you to take the time to watch the video in its entirety. I believe there are positive sides to what you'll see. The fact the backup officer intervened immediately and separated the offending officer from the female and called for a supervisor speaks to his integrity and training. The kindness displayed in the first minutes of the encounter when the officer simply offered a courtesy ride home to a woman who could not even recall where she lived.
Okay, so they punched her in the face, but at least they were nice at first for the first minute. And then for the next 30, it was just like anger and assault. I get it, the frustrations and maybe even the hardships of doing something like this. But again, where's the training, John? Like, is this a thought process where he thinks this is the right way to go about this?
Yeah, well, look, he was trained. So where was the training? The training was there. Whatever training he had, he came out of the other end of it believing I'm going to be fine. He definitely didn't think he was going to be fired as a result of that. He thought, not that he was supposed to do it, but that it would be acceptable for him to do it. Thankfully, in some cases, just in the last few years, you can start to feel confident that people will lose their jobs when they do stuff like that. That is, if you're new to watching the news, an incredibly recent development. The idea that 10 years ago you would have ever found out about this, let alone that they would be fired, is almost inconceivable. So it's good that that's changing now. But like you see something like that and you just think, man, that's the time a camera was pointed at him. Was that the first time he casually punched someone because they disrespected him? I just don't understand it in terms of human behavior. I don't discount how difficult it is to be a cop. Look, I personally believe that cops should get great benefits, great pay, and should have ethical obligations and responsibilities commensurate with it. It should be one of the most important jobs in our society, and our expectations for their behavior and training should be as high as for literally any job. That's where we need to get to. And now it isn't there. It isn't there. There's way too many guys like that.
There's plenty of jobs where you have to do something and have a service to the community to make sure you don't harm them in any kind of way. It could go down to, I use it every time. It could go down to being a Subway sandwich artist. You can't spit in the food. So, I mean, if you can't spit in the food and you can't punch someone in the face, you should probably remember those rules.